Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus' whole body was armoured to protect them from predators. The armour came in the form of sharp spikes, its heavily plated back, horns on its head, and a long, heavy hammered tail that could break the legs of its enemies. Apatosaurus. Apatosaurus was one of the largest land animals to have ever existed. Apatosaurus weighed more than 4 elephants and was capable of consuming tremendous amounts of plants in a single feeding time. Brachiosaurus. Brachiosaurus was probably among the heaviest dinosaurs ever lived, as they were able to consume up to 440 pounds, or 200 kilograms, of leaves and twigs per day. Scientists assumed that an adult Brachiosaurus could live up to 100 years. Compsognathus. Compsognathus was one of the smallest and among the first complete fossils to have ever been discovered in the late 1850s. Contrary to the massive size of most dinosaurs, Compsognathus was not bigger than a chicken. Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus was a fast-running theropod with a top speed that could rival the fastest domestic cats. Dilophosaurus had 2 thin, bony, almost semicircular crests on its head that was possibly used by the males to attract the females. Gallimimus. Gallimimus is known as a highly intelligent theropod. This omnivore dinosaur had hollow, bird-like bones, well-muscled hind legs, a long and heavy tail, and 2 eyes set on opposite sides of its small, narrow head. Giganotosaurus. In terms of size, Giganotosaurus was considered as the longest meat-eating predator. They had a banana-sized brain, and their enormous jaws were filled with 8-inch or 20-centimeter long serrated teeth in a 5-foot or around 1.5-meter long skull. Iguanodon was a semi-large quadruped herbivore that could run on 2 legs or walk on 4. They had a hinged upper jaw, turtle-like horny beak to crop vegetation, and spiked thumbs as weapons. Kronosaurus was among the largest plesiosaurs to have ever roamed the prehistoric seas. This short-necked marine reptile had massive muscles in its paddle-like flippers, and it possibly clamped on larger prey with its jaws and tore off chunks of flesh by twisting or rolling, similar to the way a crocodile feeds. Pachycephalosaurus. Pachycephalosaurus was one of the last living dinosaurs before the mass extinction day of dinosaurs. It was famous for their very thick skull roof, which was assumed to be used for defense in battle. Parasaurolophus. This duck-billed dinosaur was known for its flamboyant, long crest, which could grow up to 6 feet or 1.8 meters long. It was perhaps used to produce a foghorn-like sound to communicate with other herd members, to enhance their sense of smell, and to differentiate males from females. Pantaceratops. Pantaceratops had one of the largest skulls of any land animal ever discovered. It had a large bony plate projecting from the back of its skull, called a frill, and 3 horns on its face. They walked on 4 legs and probably charged into their enemies like rhinoceroses do. Plesiosaurus. Plesiosaurus was a long-necked, meat-eating marine reptile that lived during the early part of the Jurassic period. It had 4 flippers, sharp teeth in strong jaws, and short, pointed tails. Pteranodon. Pteranodon was known as the largest pterosaur that ever lived in the Mesozoic era. It had a large head crest as a stabilizer during flight, and from its pouched lower jaw, paleontologists assumed that pteranodons might have hunted like pelicans by scooping fish. Rhamphorhynchus. This flying reptile had a wingspan of almost 6 feet or 1.75 meters long. Rhamphorhynchus hunted fish by dragging its beak in the water, snap its needle-sharp teeth, and toss the food into its throat pouch. Spinosaurus. This crocodile-like dinosaur lived on both water and dry land, and was a cold-blooded dinosaur that walked on 2 feet. A series of spines on its back were used for regulating its temperature and attracting the females. Tyrannosaurus rex. Tyrannosaurus rex was a great meat-eating predator that hunted herbivorous dinosaurs in forests and swamps. T-Rex had 2 massive and powerful legs, a formidable tail, a large head with forward-facing eyes on the front of its skull, and tiny arms. Triceratops. Triceratops had a large skull, a short and pointed tail, a bulky body, column-like legs with hoof-like claws, and a bony neck frill rimmed with bony bumps plus 3 horns. It had a tough and parrot-like beak, powerful jaws, and 800 cheek teeth to help them pluck tough forest vegetation.